Local conservation organization is giving kids an early lesson on pollution and water conservation.
Emma McDarris joined a group of students today at Mill Creek in Springfield to see what the program is like.
Look at that water bug.
The Watershed Committee of the Ozarks has a mission to help with water conservation and awareness, which members say starts with our kids.
Our biggest concern about water quality are not factories polluting the water, choices people make every day. So if we can start at a young age and teaching them about, again, those little things they do every day can impact water quality.
Here near Mill Creek, I've been with students learning about how to do our part to keep our drinking water clean.
They don't realize what actually lives in the creek and how the land, the connection between healthy land and healthy water. So we're going to make that connection. We're going to come out here, wade in the creek and catch things and learn about those creatures, but then also learn a little bit about how water pollution might have a harmful impact on them.
The animals use the water to live, and that you can catch them and they're really cool.
But this type of education is not just for the watershed. Through partnership programs, teachers can take back hands-on curriculum to their classrooms to continue the conversation against pollution.
There are different resources that are available, again, for educators. Project WET is one. It's a series of training that teachers can go through, and they get these tremendous resources. The Department of Conservation has similar programs, age-appropriate, that provide hands-on activities.
To learn more about what you can do for water conservation, you can go to this story on KY3.com. In Springfield, Emma McDarris, KY3 News.